to 8 at the top. 4-1 then against Leeds. Slow start from the Gunners, but the penalty was the all-important moment, really settled them down.
Yeah, it was, yeah. And what you're seeing with City and with Arsenal, no matter how well you start, they're going to have a period in the game where they're going to put pressure on you. And in this case, obviously, Jesus getting in this kind of area is going to be a problem for anyone. You know, it's great skills in the end, you know, and the contact, like I say, yeah, it might be a bit soft for some people, but it's enough in this day and age to get a penalty. And, you know, he got the penalty and then Arsenal settled down after that. You see that, I think he got clipped there, but then there it was there on the knee. It's gone down and, you know, penalty given.
And it was good for him, Michael, having not scored for Arsenal in the Premier League since October the 1st.
It was. I think this is the best angle. You see a foot from Ayling onto the knee of Jesus there. It is quite soft. There's not that much force in it, but I do think it's high. I do think there's enough contact to give a penalty. But the relief, when you come back from injury after a long period of time as a centre forward, you're just desperate to start hitting the back of the net again. For him to get a brace today. The penalty, not so convincing, I don't think you thought there, Sean. Nor did I.
No, I see what he tried to do. I think the keeper left it as long as he could. I think if he waits that little bit longer, he maybe stops it, but it's a risk you don't really want to take as a goalkeeper. So, yeah, it goes in the end, and Arsenal 1-0 up at that time.
And we said at half-time, next goal critical, and very much like Manchester City in their game in the second half. Straight away, Ben White makes it 2.
Yeah, he does, and again, from half-time, I thought Arsenal needed to speed it up a bit, and I think they did with their passing. You see them in the last third, and once this goes across, he's not watching where Ben White is. He's lost him on the back post, and they're in. But this is what I'm saying about when you get a City and an Arsenal in this kind of area of the field, and you're not tight enough, and you're able to then get the ball in the box with runners, you're going to score. You've got to be a lot tighter. I saw Bournemouth do it. They've done very, very well defending, but in the end, you know, he was free on the back stick and scored the goal.
Yeah, doubling up out wide there. It's a common theme as well for Arsenal. Zinchenko getting forward. It's a brilliant ball by Martinelli.
Yeah.
And he nearly missed. He was only a couple of yards down. But they're not easy to keep down. Yeah. He'll be a relieved man to see it going off the bar.
Yeah, and Jesus, as Michael says, to get a brace after all he's been through in his fight, just to get back on the pitch.
Yeah, I think he's come back sharp. But that's a great ball in there. And Trossard don't look, he just puts it into an area, but Jesus sees that area and attacks it and he slides it in.
It's when he gets it there, Sean. Look at his turn, look at quick. Now the speed of it. This is what Arsenal weren't doing in the first half. The speed, then the movement, look at his pace into the box, and then you put it in the area. And then, you know, and that is what they weren't doing in the first half. And this is what they're going to have to get back to, because this is what Arsenal were doing when they were doing it well. When they were beating teams, they were starting a lot faster, and it's taking them the second half to get going.
Yeah, Christensen got one back for Leeds with the help of the deflection, and then it was Granit Xhaka's turn.
Well, what he's been doing is he's been playing another 15, 20 yards up the field in this latest stage under Mikel Arteta, and that again was a fantastic run, but the ball into him was sublime from Ødegaard. Again, look, you give a player of that kind of caliber, see what he's doing, like we talked about Alvarez, just dropping off and letting players run off of him, and then he gets the time to put a ball in. And with that kind of time and that space, he's going to hit his target. And this, from this angle, you see it's a fantastic header, brilliant header.
But that's what I think Saka brings when he's on the pitch. Did you see when Saka had the ball there was 3 or 4 Leeds players around him. That gives Ødegaard that space to be able to open out his body and lift his head up.
Yeah, that's 7 goals for Granit Xhaka, his best goal-scoring season for Arsenal. So, in terms of the race, they were asked the question again by City. They've come up with a very comprehensive answer.
Yeah, they did. And again, it's like I say, it's a young team maturing, knowing what they've got to do. I have to say with Leeds, they started pretty well, but in the end, because Arsenal are playing the formation they know, the system they know, and they've got players playing well in the system, you know, they'll just, you know, even if they do concede a goal, they'll just keep going. Like I say, once Arsenal are playing with pace and real verve and real intensity, they're very hard to stop, especially at home.
OK, we'll hope for some more reaction to come from the Emirates. Straightforward at the top, both of the top.
His leg there.
OK, 3 out of 3, is it, you think, as well?
Yeah, he plays for it. He definitely plays for it. It's certainly not enough to knock him off his feet and send him down, but he catches him high. It's a clumsy challenge. I think it's a pen. Now,
you noticed something very clever from Arsenal. Bukayo Saka's obviously the Arsenal penalty taker. Ødegaard had the ball, and then Jesus took it.
Yeah, I've been noticing this a lot among a few clubs where the player that isn't taking it will take it and take the banter from the other teams and stare the keeper out, and then they normally hand it over to who is actually going to take the penalty, just to stay away from all that and keep his head focused on it. But I thought Jesus there was a little bit lucky with that finish for the keeper, to be honest.
Do you think it's too close?
Yeah, I think it was very close.
And low?
Yeah.
It's still in a goal, though.
Yeah, he's going to say that.
That's your fault for the penalties in the back garden growing up. At 0-0, Leeds had a very fast start right from the kickoff, actually.
Yeah, well, Arsenal have been caught on in starts, and it seems something that I think people have maybe noticed, that they're maybe not switched on. But this was a really, really good effort. You know, it's a good save. You'd expect him to make that save, but it was a very good start from Leeds, and I thought they started very well. You know, once they got into this kind of area, like, you see him doing great stuff here, Somerville, and he's got to do better with that. He's got to start that outside the post and whip it in. It's made it very easy for the goalkeeper to save it. And again, you know, you look at this situation here, and once it does go into the box, you know, it's a good save. You know, it's a very, very good save there, but he didn't. The angle was too tight for him. But like, Arsenal started very slowly. I thought they passed very slowly. And I think they're very fortunate to get in front with that penalty. It's a poor penalty for Leeds to give away. OK, Arsenal in front. The rest of the games then to the Amex. Two teams having a terrific season. 7th against Leeds. Jesus fouled. Jesus converted his first goal since October the 1st in an Arsenal shirt. And the leaders have the advantage at half-time.